What is going on, y'all? KM Best here, and I have a Black Knight deck for you that absolutely flew through Gold Conquest to my easiest Infinity ticket of all time. This is the list, and I believe it was built by Yo Woody, who is a high elo player. I ended up getting this list from him. He said he felt like it was a few cards off. I know as well Mickey has been playing around in the same territory, although I believe he moved towards the Elsa thing. Now, what this list is mostly trying to do is be a typical Black Knight deck, which is to say dump large stats wherever you can, but protect those large stats from being interacted with by using Invisible Woman. Now, in addition to dumping a bunch of stats wherever we can, we also have Shang-Chi as a sort of pseudo stat bomb where it blows up something very, very big. It's a good thing to put under an Invisible Woman if you can get them to put something big in the Invisible Woman lane, or you can go for a final turn Invisible Woman plus Shang-Chi in order to guarantee that you hit something even without priority. Invisible Woman is, I think, a pretty key card to this archetype functioning well because of the way that she mitigates the biggest downside of a Black Knight deck, which is your thing might get blown up, right? When you play a Black Knight, you get a big 4-cost guy, and unless your opponent does not play Mobius, your Zabu will not let you play multiple 4-cost guys on the final turn of the game. So because of that, you end up in a situation where against Mobius decks with Shang-Chi, which describes a lot of decks, you kind of have nowhere safe to play the Blade. And the Invisible Woman is really key for that. You can also put the Ghost Rider there, things like that. It allows you also to throw priority, meaning that not only is your thing safe from Shang-Chi under the Blade, that without priority, you will likely be able to play another big unit on turn 6 and not risk that getting Shang-Chi'd as well. So I took this deck into Conquest. I had never played it before, and I absolutely crushed. Just like the fastest games of all time. Where was this during Conquerors was an actual thought that I had. It was unbelievably fast gameplay. People are not expecting this, and you can really abuse the snap system because you know good things are going to happen, and they don't exactly know what to play around. Black Knight is a frustrating card to discuss because he is undeniably quite powerful when he works, and things like this are only really being experimented with by enfranchised players who can afford to buy a card like Black Knight. And I think there are sort of two competing narratives whenever something like this happens. The first one is people just weren't creative enough when the card first came out, and the second one is usually something along the lines of, well, it wasn't good then, but it is now. I tend to believe that it's a little bit of both, which is to say, right now, it's very inadvisable for you to purchase Black Knight just to play this deck, because I think the Elsa decks are probably better options for you, right? But in a changed context, maybe Elsa gets nerfed or something, maybe Thanos gets nerfed again, maybe Loki gets nerfed. I don't know, a bunch of stuff could happen. A new card comes out that like invalidates all of them. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but in a different context, this card could be actually legitimately quite powerful. Now, one of the things that I think happens a lot that I don't like is someone will see, 2 months later, let's say Black Knight is dominating after they nerf like Elsa and Loki or whatever, right? And Black Knight's just amazing. People are going to look back at this and be like, well, wasn't it amazing then? And the answer is no. Right now, I don't think it's an amazing card. I think there are better options than it. But it is, actually good. And I think that's one of the things that frustrates me about Second Dinner's release model, which is these cards that are good but not great are usually skips. And that is just tough to deal with. Black Knight is a good card. It puts a lot of power onto the board. It does explosive stuff. It's pretty good. It's definitely not great. It's definitely not Elsa. It's not the kind of card that redefines a meta. It's something like Lady Deathstrike, where it's like, yo, this is a pretty good card. You could play this card. But you can't buy that card because you need to save your tokens for the next time they release a Loki or a Lady Deathstrike or a Thanos or what have you. And that is, I think, pretty frustrating for me as someone who wants to be able to give you like reviews of these cards that are more nuanced, because I end up having to say, it's not worth it. And I did want to get that out of the way at the beginning of the video, because I don't want anyone watching this video and being like, yo, Cam said he had this deck that crushed with Black Knight. Like, yeah, I did, but that doesn't mean that you need to buy it. I think that's a distinction a lot of creators maybe could stand to make a little bit more. The buff to Blade was one of the best things to happen to discard decks. Now being able to actually target where your discard goes means that you are so much more in control of what you are trying to do, especially in a deck like this, where you are just definitely looking to pitch something as big as possible basically every single time. Blade is great here. Even when he's not good, he can usually be played on the final turn as just a 1/3 because you will often have the energy for that depending on, various other factors like, Zabu plus 2/4s on the final turn. Obviously, that takes precedence over Blade, but that doesn't always happen. So Blade is quite solid for targeting your big cards to get good Ebony Blade procs. He's also kind of interesting in a Dracula context. There are some interesting things you can do with that as well. Zabu's here just in case your opponent is not playing Mobius M. Mobius, and if they're not, you get to go into the sort of default Zabu 2/4 drops on the final turn of the game, explosive kind of gameplay where you just go like, here's a Ghost Rider and here's a 20 power Ebony Blade. That's way too many points for you to deal with, and I don't have priority, so you can't Shang-Chi them. That's what Zabu does here. Most of the time he gets Mobius, but sometimes he doesn't, and you just crush. Invisible Woman is so good here. She throws priority. It's like, that's just incredible because you have to throw priority, otherwise your stuff gets shanged on the final turn of the game. But she also protects your stuff from shang the entirety of the game. Like, she's just great in this deck, and I think she's an underplayed card generally, not just for her priority thing, but for hiding what your game plan is. Invisible Woman is very, very scary to play against. Gambit is quite solid here. You can chuck him under Invisible Woman on turn 3. If you go like turn 2 Invisible Woman, turn 3 Gambit, and then use the fact that you know you're going to discard something to set up an amazing Dracula later, or just to, play him out there and take the odds. Some of the time, you're going to have to just play this guy on turn 3 and be like, I need to blow up that Daredevil, and I need to discard that Giganto. And you just got to do it, right? Like, there are a certain amount of discard enablers that are kind of required in a deck like this, and Gambit is the one that has the most beneficial effect on the opponent's board, while also being a discard card. Lady Sif is here, so you can play Black Knight, and then Lady Sif something very, very big. Then, once you have Lady Sif something very, very big, you can play the Ebony Blade or a Ghost Rider to get something very, very big for a lot cheaper than it otherwise would be. We talk a lot about throwing priority and dodging Shang-Chi, and there's basically no card better at doing those things than the boy Dracula. You are going to have to make some risky calls here. Like, all right, you're going to have to be like, all right, look, we just have to win this coin flip on Dracula. Like, that'll happen some of the time. You'll have to do that. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like the most controlled deck, but you are able to say like, all right, I can play to this out a lot with this deck. One thing you should be careful of is Destroy decks are packing Lady Deathstrike now. That is really scary for a Dracula. He always dies to her. The Raisin Detra of this deck, sorry for my pronunciation, is playing big things for less than they cost, and Lady Sif Ghost Rider on the Infinite is something that has been a part of Marvel Snap since the beginning of Marvel Snap. Lady Sif Ghost Rider, for the record, by the way, Lady Sif used to cost 2 and Ghost Rider used to cost 3, so that used to just be like a thing you could do on 2/3 instead of on 3/4. So it was also a thing you could do like with Sarah, and you'd like do it on the final turn of the game. It was gross. Anyway, Lady Sif Ghost Rider, they are best buds to the end, and they are just like, look, that's what you do. That's what the deck is. You played big things for cheap. I don't really think I have to explain to you why Shangers Bobangers is good when we're talking about a deck like this that is almost entirely built around playing big things that dodge him. It should be very clear to you why this card is impactful, because there are a lot of big things in the metagame, and he is really good at blowing up big things. Big thing number 1 in this deck, Magento. He is a phenomenal card on his own, but mostly it's just he's a good card with a good effect that also has 12 power when discarded to a Dracula or a Lady Sif for the Ebony Blade, right? He's very, very big, but also you aren't overly opposed to actually just, playing him if you want that effect to go off. This guy, on the other hand, is entirely fodder for Black Knight and for Ghost Rider. You're not actually ever going to play this card. The most left-wing card in Marvel Snap. He literally only goes left, and you are not going to do that a lot. This guy is the ultimate in discard fodder. He's only here for Ghost Rider and Ebony Blade. That is the entirety of why he is in here. If you are ever passing turn 5 to play the Infinite on turn 6, God help you, because you are probably dying to a Shang-Chi, because the only way you're doing that is if you already played like a big Ghost Rider or Ebony Blade or something, which means that you're just sitting there with like 17 points in one lane and being like, all right, this 20 points is going to win me another lane, and that is a risky proposition, my friend. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for me, but we are going to show the footage of the fastest Infinite ticket I have ever gotten in my life. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video. I am eternally grateful. It really means a lot. I really appreciate y'all. I will be live streaming on Twitch this evening for Nico Minoru release, so we can get an informed opinion on her before she comes out. Spoiler alert, I'm putting her in Thanos. And hopefully I will see you there as well for the remainder of Twitch drops. Thank you so much. I am about to jump into the gameplay, but first I will see you in the next one. Okay. Black Knight on turn 1 can never go into the danger room. If he does go into the danger room, we're absolutely getting... I'm just impressed Black Knight can... Yep, me too. 'Tis but a scratch. I would love a Lady Sif right now. I would do horrible things for a Lady Sif right now. I would do horrible things for some targeted discard. Oh, fuck. We might be able to get somewhere here. There she is. There she is. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let's do it. Am I getting armored? This better be an easy 8. I'm gonna be really upset if it's not. Brother, how in the fuck does that beat me? What? Yo! All right, we did it. Just Eliath, they're Eliath, basically. And people, you have to do your part to stop Eliath Brain. It's on you. Combating Eliath Brain is, ironically, a priority. That's a good joke. This is your brain. This is your brain on Eliath. You know, I actually had... Okay, all seriousness, who am I fucking kidding? I have Lady Sif Ghost Rider. Now, do I not have what's his ass? Yeah, I'm missing what's his ass. I'm definitely missing what's his ass. You know. Starlight happens first. I'm missing what's his ass? The guy who does the thing. The Black Knight, that guy. Okay, so please don't fuck me, Hala. Fuck, you fucked me. Hala, you fucked me. Hala, you have betrayed me for the last time. We're about to lose so many cubes. We're about to lose so many cubes, it's actually insane. All right, check it out. Shang-Chi, not real. You feel me? We're about to lose 8 cubes. You know what? We're not about to lose 8 cubes. I'm good. I'm out of here. I'll take the out. I'll leave before Mount Vesuvius locks me in here. All right? I'm gone. I'm Gucci. Woo! Did they forget about Mount Vesuvius? Distinctly possible. All right, this is the exact same hand. This is literally the hand we just had. This is the hand that we literally just had. In order. Oh my god, this sucks. I hate this location right here. One of my least favorite locations in the entire game. Maybe it'll just hit one of the good guys. Next video on hand batching? Hell yeah. I don't even know what my good draws are at this point. What would we describe my good draws as here, chat? Like... No, I can't figure out. I have no idea what my good draws are. The only... Of course it hits Blade. Nice. Wonderful. That is the good hit. Okay, and then I can play both of them there next turn? It's not the greatest plan anyone has ever had. In fact, I would go so far as to say it's a completely terrible plan. For a variety of reasons. Chief among them being, holy shit, we're so dead. This might be the most dead anyone has ever been. But what if they're afraid of this and put like a dino middle? You feel me? Oh my god. Oh my god, we won. We did it. Possibly the worst game of Marvel Snap we've ever played. Oh my god. They just took it. You gotta love it. I don't think we need that too much. This deck is not it. We just won, dog. What are you talking about? This deck is amazing. This deck is amazing. What do you mean this deck ain't it? It's amazing. They snapped me? All right, check this out. Let's go. Check this out. It's extremely stupid. Shop reset is in 19 minutes, at which point we will be looking for Sarah again. Okay. Shop reset is less than 8 hours ago. Like, it's every 8 hours. Sorry. I said that like a moron. Shop reset is every 8 hours. Yo, Null with the raid. Thank you. It's appreciated. Thank you. It's appreciated. All right, Elsa, Space Stone, Jeff. Okay. We don't even lose to Eliath here, though. As long as we are not total morons about this, correct? As long as we are not complete morons about this. And as long as we win a 50-50, correct? Yeah, okay. Drac carries. We got him. We got him. It doesn't even matter that we lost that, because guess what the other card in our hand is? It's Magneto. Ba-boom! Eliath Brain is a dangerous thing that you need to be aware of. Discuss it with your children. Eliath Brain kills, okay? Understand that. Eliath Brain kills. The fucked up bit here. They're supposed to keep Jeff here and move the Reality Stone over here so they can try to outpower the Dracula, correct? Like, this isn't even just Eliath Brain. This is actually like a teachable moment, okay? They played a Space Stone over here. They're supposed to put as much power as they possibly can here, right? If they have that 6 instead of this, it's at least a tiebreaker. And if we hit, like, the Professor X with this Gambit instead, they could have won that game, right? This is a winnable game for them that instead of being won, they immediately lost. Sequencing. Yeah, Dracula is terrifying. I won't argue with you about that. Like, Dracula is an extremely scary card to see. Extremely scary to see El Drac. Oh, that's interesting. I do like having a Black Knight out here. I don't like seeing an Elsa Bloodstone out here. 20 power in hand was face up, yes. I mean... What, am I not going to snap this? Okay, we're playing for 8. Let's do it! Let's do it. This might be the fastest Gold Conquest run of all time. It's going to be awesome. Oh, we're so dead. Oh, we're so dead. Holy shit. Holy shit. Fastest Gold Conquest run of all time coming in hot. Sarah Ultimate in 14 minutes? I hope so. Chat, are you ready for the sickeningest shit you've ever seen? Are you ready for me to make the fucking sickest fucking play of all time? I don't think you're ready for it. Oh my god, they outplayed me so hard. I got so outplayed! Okay. Okay, sure. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. We are hitting Giganto, correct? Wait. Ghost Rider's the same. And then we were a 2 out of 3 to have like some big shit. Let's rip it. Let's rip it, baby. No idea if this works. Literally none. It works if we hit either of them. All right, so we're 66%. Boom! Oh! Let's go! Is this it? Is this the world's fastest Gold Conquest run? Oh my god, they got gamered on. Holy shit. Yo! Yo! Did they get gamered on? They got gamered on. Oh my god. Chat, that was the fastest Gold Conquest run of my entire life. That was the fastest Gold Conquest run of literally my entire life. It took like 15 minutes. That shit took like 15 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god.